welcome back to my channel. What we're going to do today is take it back, take it way back. Not that far though. We've only lived here 2 years. So what I want to do is kind of go back to where the room started, mainly the rooms down my first floor level, to show where the evolution of change that these rooms went through. I'm just gonna give you like how the house wasn't bad when we moved, how they had to decorate it, but just wasn't my style. Some of the colors and things, when you come into a home, you want to make it your own, so you start doing some little changes. Paint, which is number one, which I hate to do, but it is number one in turning a room and giving it a different look and feel. So that was one of the first things I did. I started painting things. So what are some of those things that I did? Okay, my family room, it was like actually the first thing I did when I moved in here. We painted behind the fireplace, the wall behind the fireplace. We painted a darker color because it was like the walls were beige. The fireplace was a raw wood, and it was given 1990, 80. It was very much given that yellowish wood and then beige walls. So I came in and I painted it a darker color that I was scared to paint at that time the actual wood. So all I did was paint the wall. And I worked up the courage months later in another project. I finally painted the actual fireplace, leaving the mantle the raw wood, but painting the sides out a dark, it's called Carbon by Sherwin-Williams. It's like a dark gray, almost looks black. Actually, it's the same color that's behind me. That color that's behind me is the color. And the thing about it, it matched so perfectly with the slate because the surround of the fireplace was a slate. And when we painted the wood part, which, some people hate painting wood. I'm not all for it. Like every time I see wood, I want to paint it. So I do understand why people love the look of wood, because I do love the look of wood. I just wasn't loving the look of this wood. So I painted the bottom part, but left the mantle, the raw wood. That was project number one. Hello, friends. As you can see, or may notice, I'm in a different outfit because it's a different day, because I lost some of my footage. So I'm recording again. Life of a wannabe YouTuber. Yeah, this stuff is not that easy. Y'all be making it look easy, you good YouTubers. Anyway, so from where I left off was I was talking about how I redid my family room. And then the chair that we bought when I moved here, finally finished, gave up the ghost. It was literally on the floor and I had enough, because every time you would sit, you know how far you would go. You would either be up here or further down. So it was just a mess. So I was like, I bit the bullet and bought a chair. I bought one of those Cloud Couch dupes. Love that couch, love it. Yeah, it looks messy after you sit on it. Yes, it does. It's one of the issues you have. And it does peel sometimes, meaning it gets a little litty balls and you have to shave it. But for the look I was going for, it did give me all of what I wanted, and I didn't pay that much for it. Because I'm budget savvy and we don't spend all the money here. So in that, buying that new couch, the wheels are turning, because you buy a new couch, you gotta change things around in there. So with buying a new couch, bought a new table behind the couch, because I had this vision of how I want the room to look. And also I painted the room white. I think it's Snowbound I used, or Simply White. Can't remember. I think it was Snowbound. So I painted the family room white. And our family room is open to our kitchen. So after the family room is a little eating kitchen area. And when I painted the family room white, everything else looked more and more dingy. Because it was a beige, it was a flat paint, and it was a dark beige, like almost beigeish brownish color. And it was just making everywhere look dingy and dirty. And then you actually realize that it was kind of dirty. I think the previous owners smoked, because some of the spots were like dark, like tar looking stuff was on it. So it just snowballed from there. So when I painted the family room white, I had to paint the kitchen white because it's open to the family room. So everything has to be cohesive. So I painted that white and then got an idea to paint the door black. I already had painted my front door black, which is right adjacent to our French doors leading to our backyard deck. So it just made sense to paint the grid French doors black. It just was giving me all the feels. When I painted that black, oh, it only made sense to paint the island black. And with painting the island black, it only made sense to change all of the door pulls on the cabinets. They had actual door pulls, and I changed it to like handles. I bought some gold ones off of Amazon, didn't pay much for them. And I also, for some of them, needed like new like door pulls as well. Because some of the cabinets I put pulls, and some of the I put pulls, which were gold now. So you see how the things just to start the spiraling, came another little redo of my kitchen. And during this time, I always wanted to try this. And so I went to Goodwill and I bought some pottery that I didn't particularly like the pattern. And I did the paint with the baking soda trick. Everybody does, you know, and it came out really nice. I loved it, and I became addicted to doing that. I must say, I painted a lot of things like that, but it gives a new life to some pottery or vases that you probably wouldn't want. Because I had a couple in my house that I was like on the verge of giving it to Goodwill, and I was like, wait a minute, let me do that same trick. And now I love those pieces. So yeah, some vases or some things in your house that you're like, I don't know, try it. You may like it. It makes the thing look like nice pottery. As you mess in the family room with painting it all white, I also tried my hands at lime washing. Lime washing it's not hard, but of course with doing anything new, there's a curve, because when I first did it, that's what you're supposed to, but you're supposed to like do like this, because lime wash is very thin, and I did like this, and it was spraying all over the floor, all over the wall, adjacent walls, because I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So if you ever try that lime wash, know that, make sure you don't have the brush dipped in a whole bunch of it, just a little. Little goes a long way with it because it's so thin. And the technique is not good like that, but more of it's all in the wrist. It's all in the wrist. So with that being said, I love the way it looked. Well, first coat, because remember the first time I did it, first coat, it looked strange. I was like, oh God, I think I made a mistake. I don't think I like this. Even though I've seen other people, the finished product look nice, but I did watch some other people who have done it, and yeah, a lot of them said in the first coat it does look strange. So you do have to do subsequent layering of it, and then it'll start to look like what you want. You know, it does. It's a beautiful look. If you want that old world looking, plastered looking walls almost, try your hand out lime washing. It's a little effort with a whole lot of effect. Oh, just love it. That being said, what else did I do in there? I changed out my lamps in there, but I had this lamp that already had switch up the color on it. Gave it more of a powdery looking look to it. I got the lamp from Goodwill originally. Someone painted it, but it was just like a really maybe like chalk paint. So I just layered on some more paint to it to give it a more powdery looking look. And I found at Goodwill a new lampshade, one of those pleated shades. This was probably from the 70s, but I reused it because pleated shades came in. Even though the style of this one is a little different, but I will actually love it. And I love the coloring of it. So I did a little gallery wall also in there of us, the whole family, all 6 of us on that wall. And my idea is to switch them out at least a couple of times a year. Didn't really do that. So this year I'm going to switch them out. I'm going to switch them out again. But get some, just take some pictures I've taken of them on my phone, send them to CVS, and have some nice pictures. What else did I did? I switched up the curtains. I just metamorphosized into a whole new look for me. And I think that's when I kind of found really my look. I don't go by, I'm organic modern, I'm modern country, because I tend to like all of those. I even like vintage. I like going to the vintage shops or antique shops and finding some old and earthy looking things. I just think it just makes your house look complete when you combine. So I'm addicted to painting faces to make it look like part of me, or some version of that. And now I've painted the kitchen, I've painted my family room. So what does that mean? It also meant I had to paint my entryway, because that's open to the kitchen and the family room. See how this goes. Also painted it snowbound. Somewhere in there I painted my door black. I don't remember what order of that went, but I did paint my front door black as well. And my entryway leads to my office, which was also that same beige, and I wanted to get rid of that. So that's what I did. I painted the back wall the dark same color as my living room, and then in here. Okay, take number 9,023. Okay, this is the fourth day I'm trying to film this little segment and get it complete. I was editing and I realized I did not mention my half bath down here, the changes I made to that, because that was like pretty dramatic, I think. I had actually posted that video on my TikTok, and it's still like people like it. So with the 10 people who liked it on my TikTok, I think I should mention about my little bathroom upgrade situation. It wasn't much. It was just painting the walls and changing out the sink and the mirror and the light. And that just, it really did make that room just come to life. When we moved in, it was build a grade as far as what was in there. The build a grade, the oval mirror, it has no frame around it, and the pedestal sink. You see in most half bathrooms was the only things that was in there. And I remember at first, before I decided to change the sink and all, I wanted to, but I was like trying to do a little refresh because it was beige as well as the rest of the house. I painted it. First paint color I chose was a green. I was trying to paint it as green, and I realized that green is a very hard color to paint with. You really need to get samples, because depending on the lighting of that room, green will look different. Depending on that, how the light hits it, if it has a lot of light or less light, or where the light is coming from. So being it's a half bath, it has no light. And as far as like natural light, the light source came from the light over the mirror. And the first color it literally looked like a green screen. It was green screen green. It was horrible. It was horrible. You'll see it in this picture. It was really horrible. So, mistake number one. So, I repainted it. By this time, because you know, I hate painting, and having to paint a room again, oh, it really grinded my gears. But I did it because the other one was just unbearable. I painted again, another green. Again, didn't do what I should have done, which is get a little sample of paint and paint on the wall and see if I like it. No, I just bought a whole big old gallon of paint. Hated it as well. But I lived with it for a bit because I didn't feel like painting again. So I tried to decorate around that. It was just ugly. It really was. It really was not cute. So some months later, I finally decide, okay, I'm really gonna put some time and effort into the bathroom. So I decided to paint it black. Trichome black, the ceiling, everything. I just painted everything in there black, except for one wall where the mirror was. The new mirror I put in, new light fixture, and I painted that wall a dark gray, light wash. It was called Carbon, I think it was. It came out so nice. It just really, really came out. That was just the wall behind the mirror, and it needed, because I think if I would have painted all of that black, I mean, it would have worked, I guess, but I think that breakup of all the black was necessary, because the door is black, the trim is black, the ceiling is black, and the floors in there are kind of dark brown. So that one wall of gray, and then the brown, big brown and gray vanity, it just was really, really nice. I think that room came together beautifully. So I think I am done now. I think I'm finally done. So that was just the gist of all the things I did in the house to upgrade the space. It was a labor of love as far as my downstairs. It came together pretty quickly because we only this is our second year here, so it didn't take long for me to do a lot of the stuff. Now I'm kind of focusing on upstairs bedrooms. I already did my youngest daughter's room, in the process of doing my other daughter's room. So you're gonna see all of those changes in videos, upcoming videos. But thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again.